Hey team, long time no chat. So I'm currently in the Shadow Lane hotel room, the Sun Coast. And I have been meaning to do a video, obviously, for a very long time. Um, but I was informed yesterday that I still have fans and people still pay attention to the fact that I haven't done anything. So I thought all of you were long gone. Um, so apparently you're not. So I shall do a quick video. I guess I'm gonna do just a life update, and I'm gonna do past, present, future, and let you know what's been happening for the last 6 months, and what's happening right now, and what's coming up. So here we go. So in the past, so I think the last time I posted, I had just gotten into business school, and I had just gotten back from 50 Freaks. So that was in February. um, I am going to business school. Well, the past, I guess. So a lot has happened since February. Um, I had my seventh Spankiversary. Seventh? I think it was my seventh, and I turned 25. Had a birthday. A lot of my students graduated high school. I stopped my job, so because I'm going to business school now, which was very, very challenging. TASP happened. Um, and then there was a lot of personal drama at the beginning of June. Uh, really, really intense, crappy personal drama, but that has since resolved itself. And then, of course, after TASP, there was all of the reasonably well publicized TASP drama um, that I will continue to go with my stance of not commenting on publicly and just say that TASP is continuing, and Steve and I are working really hard on next year's party, and it's going to be awesome, just like all of the parties have been, and that we wish everyone else the best of luck in their other endeavors. Um, so I guess one of the reasons that I haven't been posting as much is that my relationship with Steve. Um, we we are so we were poly, um, which was horrible because I think it's been well established that I am not poly, uh, not even a little bit, and neither really is he. He likes to play with other people, but I think in the long term he's happier in a monogamous relationship, and so we have been monogamous for a couple months now, and it is lovely. Um, Absolutely lovely. Everything's going great. But anyway, what I meant was there was a lot of there was also, it turns out, a bunch of lies in my relationship, because it's me and my relationships and my lovely choice in partners. Um, she says about the person that she's still with, and loves dearly. But he didn't want me blogging very much, partially because it would just cause, I mean, even when it wasn't lies, it would just cause drama. The other person people would send things that I post, people still do, send things like my tweets and my FetLife messages and posts, and they will send them to people, like just to cause trouble. And I don't know why people do this. No, nothing's secret. I'm not hiding any of this, but I don't know why you need to shove it in people's faces. If they want to see it, they can make the choice to have like poor emotional self control and go look. But otherwise, you don't need to send that to people. So it was just causing problems for him. So I decided to not post as much. And um, I think a lot of it also is that, one, I haven't had very much time. And the time that I've had, I mean, I play a lot, and I've gotten to explore the deepest realms of my kink and my sexuality, and what it is that I like and don't like. And I've gotten to spend a great deal of time as a slave and as a sub, um, collared and happy. And then I've spent a lot of time as a very, very little. That's, I think, what we've explored the most is some really intense age play, and I love it. Like I'm so happy with that. And I've been very happy. And I'm not ever ashamed of anything that I do, I think. But there's a point when I'm so out that there are things that I don't want to share on the internet, I think, anymore. Because, and maybe certainly not in vlog format. I think some of it I'd be okay if I typed out and posted. Um, but we all know how lazy I am and how little I want to do that. But I think like some of it's just laziness and I just forgot about the blog. So I didn't post like picture updates and tell stories of my trips and things like that. Um, but some of it, yeah, is that like I I'm not comfortable talking about those really intense and sexual age play scenes that we do because I just don't really want that on the internet. And because so pretty much everybody knows who I am and knows me. And so people will watch this and then I'll meet them. And then I'm in this awkward moment of like, oh, you just like heard me talk about this crazy scene that I just did. Um, so I think I've been having a hard time kind of coming to terms with that. But I do want to share more. I mean, I always do. And you know, there's just been a lot of milestones and a lot of important things that have happened. You know, this past 6 months, just this past year in general, I really feel like I've grown up a lot. Turning 25 was scary. I feel like that's the moment you have to like be an adult, be a legit adult. And it's hard because I look back and I was 19 when I did all of this, when I started this, and um, this is my 6th anniversary. I was 18 when I got my first spanking. I'm 24, whatever. Um, but you know, there is still pressure to like be that 19-year-old, and sorry, I can't be. Um, but you know, at first getting older was so scary. I mean, we all remember the death of a teenager, dramatic post, and all of that. But I've kind of come to realize that there are so many things about being grown up that I like, and I think more of what it is than anything else is just the emotional maturity that comes with getting older. Um, like all of the crap that I've been through, um, I feel like I've just gotten a lot better at dealing with conflict and dealing with other people and handling myself. And I would not have been capable of handling all of the crap that happened with TASP 4 years ago. And you know, part of what was it was hard. There were not a lot of parts of that were satisfying or validating, but there was one, which was that I felt a little bit like I was being trolled. You know, like the internet troll where somebody's just trying to get a rise out of you and they're saying the most inflammatory, awful lies and horrible things that they could possibly say in order to get you to fight back. Because you can't have a fight on the internet without someone to fight with. I mean, you can, but you'll just seem like a crazy person. And so, but it's hard to do that. It's hard to just let it all go and to let someone say horrible things about you and to not respond. And I'm certain that the person involved, you know, they knew me when I was a lot younger and I would take any fight that anyone would give me. I am argumentative, I am stubborn, I am reasonably combative. And they expected that same thing from me. And they didn't get it. I'm not that 20-year-old that will fight with anything anymore. Like, I'm not 22, I'm not 19. Like, I've grown up and I've learned. And I don't need to do that. I have my own life. I'm very happy in my life and I've been very happy. And I don't need that bullshit. And so that was that was very validating to kind of know that, and it all kind of died down in large part because we didn't ever respond. And I'm certain that was disappointing for the other person. So I didn't take the bait, and I'm proud of myself for that. Let's see. TASP was really fun. TASP was very different this year. This was my first time at a big event with a partner ever. And so it was with Steve, and there were some parts of that were like really lovely. Like, I didn't have a single nervous breakdown. I didn't cry. I didn't feel like everything was going to fall apart and never function and the party was going to be a failure. I was fairly certain the whole time that it was going to work well, and it did. We had a lot of people, a lot of new people, really great people. It's just a fun event, you know? But I mean, there were some downsides. He and I at the time were still having some trust issues because of all the crap that came out right before TASP about him. And so we had some trouble like playing with others and being okay with all of that. And I think to an extent, this is unrelated to him, but you know, I'm a bit of a dramatic person, and I love the highs. Of course, we don't love the lows, but when your life is just a little bit more mellow, there are moments when that's lovely, when you're not having nervous breakdowns and you feel like it's all going to just be fine. But you don't get, that comes with not having those crazy high highs. And so TASP the year before, you know, when B and I had just broken up, and there was all that drama, and I was staying by myself in the hospitality suite and all of these new people, and it was just chaos, and I was terrified. You know, that was terrifying, but it was also the most exhilarating thing ever. Whereas this was much more just like, I'm just going to chill and hang out with my friends, and which in some ways it feels like this letdown because it wasn't that exhilarating rush. But then you have to remember, like, you also never like fainted or cried or like it was never a disaster. It was always just pretty good. And I did have a really great scene with Dr. Lecter and Florida Paddler, Johnny and Phineas on Sunday, and some great new traditions were started. And I think it was just a really fun time overall. I mean, if I wanted to talk about TASP, that would be another huge long video. So that happened. And so, yeah, that's been the last 6 months. I'm going to now transition into what's been happening now and what is happening now. Okay. To be continued in the next video.